what it do, what it is, lads and ladettes. Hope you had a great weekend, and hopefully you played a lot of games. Real quiet on my end. Got a chance to play a little bit of Ghost of Tsushima, but not enough. Still in the very beginning, it feels like, even though I've played 10 to 15 hours. But I'm absolutely loving this game, and I will probably be uploading some random clips to the channel, just like I unlocked all of the stuff on my YouTube from The Last of Us. So it's been about a month or so I figured, hey, all of these awesome gameplay elements, all of these gameplay videos that I have, I can post them now because it's been about 2 months now since The Last of Us came out, maybe more. But yeah, so, you know, of course, if you still don't want to be spoiled, don't look at those clips. But hey, I figured there was some great gameplay in there, and there appears to be some story tropes in there. So welcome back to Yesterday Today. This is a show where I bring you some of the biggest gaming news you may have missed from yesterday, today, or in this case, over the weekend, and it is Monday. Let's get right into it. And well, it appears that Microsoft, well, more so Rare, had a pretty good weekend. Okay, Grounded in just 48 hours reached 1 million players. 1 million players for Rare's Grounded, and that, I think, is actually a very good look on the part of Microsoft, because Microsoft really needs a strong IP right now. You see, it took maybe 2 to 3 years for other stuff to just really take off, but now Grounded, it appears to be, you know, a lot of people out here like the whole Honey I Shrunk the Kids survival aspect. So let's see how it goes, you know, in the coming weeks and months. And their biggest update is coming out August 27th. So we'll see what happens as the game completely still develops and everything. So shout out to them. Shout out to the same people that made Fallout New Vegas and Outer Worlds, Obsidian. So I know I probably said Rare, forgive me, but you know, hey, maybe eventually I'll check this game out. It appears to be one of those games as a service games, ongoing games, and they're gonna continue to update it. So shout out to them. Now let's move on. And well, speaking of Microsoft, they changed and they rebranded Game Pass. It's no longer Xbox Game Pass, it's just Game Pass. On their Twitter, they changed the logo, and it's just the logo of the Xbox, and it just says Game Pass. It doesn't have the logo, then it says Xbox Game Pass. So they're doing a little bit of rebranding, and they're changing it because it's both on Xbox and PC. And I wonder what's really going on here. I'm not sure. Maybe they're eventually going to get it on other services. Maybe they're trying to brand everything and put everything under the umbrella, because even the xCloud is still under Game Pass as well. So maybe everything is going on, and they're just doing away. I do believe there was been rumors over the weekend that they've been doing away with Xbox Live Gold, when multiplayer is just straight up free. But if you're in Game Pass, everything is going to be, you know, elevated. You get the Game Pass games, you get advanced online multiplayer, something like that maybe, and of course you get the cloud service, xCloud. So we'll see really what's going on here. And now moving on, it appears that Guilty Gear Arc System Works to confirm that it'll be coming to PlayStation 5, PlayStation Steam, as well as PlayStation 4. Now, I haven't played a Guilty Gear game since, I think, Exod, Guilty Gear Exod, the first one, I want to say, that was on PS4. It was okay, it's good. I'm not a hardcore Guilty Gear guy, but I've always been a fan over the years. But this one actually looks pretty interesting, because the art style is awesome, and I feel like maybe they might have changed the style of the combat, because I'm becoming a fan once again of fighting games, and I'm also like, you know, I love Dragon Ball FighterZ, given the fact that they made it easier for people like me who doesn't really have time to really master the game. So I'm actually excited to see this. I might actually give it a chance to play. We'll see in the coming months ahead. Now, it appears Netflix is just trying to make video game movies or TV shows out of every possible known video game. And a lot of them, and a few of them, happen to be IPs that nothing has actually happened with. First, Splinter Cell is getting an animated series. Now Beyond Good and Evil is getting a movie. Yeah, that's right. Beyond Good and Evil is getting a movie, and it's in the early works. This came from the Hollywood Reporter. And well, it's just like, what is Netflix doing? What is their grand scheme? Are they trying to let us know, like, hey, video games can still be good as TV shows, as movies. We're gonna forget about all of the history. I know there's Halo in the works, but we were all probably worried about it, because, you know, when they take stuff that we love, like anime and some other video games like, well, not all Mortal Kombat was bad because the TV show was good. The second one wasn't all that great, but when they take certain things and make it into movies, you're like, not everybody was a fan of Resident Evil series, the movie series. Not everybody was. It was a little way too much action in there. They had characters in there that had no business being in there. And that same character, played by Mila Jovovich, is in Monster Hunter movie. The Monster Hunter movie that nobody really asked for. So I'm really wondering what's going on with all of these gaming movies right now. And Beyond Good and Evil seems like it could be an interesting movie. Now, moving on. Now, so The Last of Us TV producer says, hey, look, don't worry about it. It's only going to enhance the experience of The Last of Us. Mazin, he's done a lot of stuff here. And well, he basically said, I think fans of something worry that, wow, this is the way it's worded on IGN. I think fans of something worry that when the property gets licensed to someone else, those people don't really understand it or are going to change it. In this case, I'm doing it with the guy who did it, Neil Druckmann. And so the changes that we're making are designed to fill things out and expand, not to undo, but rather enhance. Well, all right, he says he's also a big fan of the game in the game series, so really hoping that he actually does really well, because this seems like a story from that can be translated right onto a TV show straight from a game with ease. Honestly, if you follow it script for script, yeah, I don't expect y'all to do that, but I express there's a difference when you adapt it from video games to the silver screen. I think it's really going to be a pretty big deal. But look, with The Last of Us being one of my favorite games of all time, the first one, of course, being my favorite game of all time, with the greatest story, honestly, of all time. I honestly can't wait to see this. It's really giving me a reason to log into HBO Max. We got the Snyder Cut, we got the Harley Quinn TV shows, we got Doom Patrol, so much already there. Watchmen, so much already there. We'll see what happens with HBO Max next year when all of this stuff is there, and there's just going to be a plethora of things to watch. Now, moving on. And as I said, I've been playing a ton of Ghost of Tsushima. And well, it appears that the way you play, they may not really affect you decision-wise in the game, even though they tell you, hey, listen, don't be a coward. You got to face everybody head-on, even if you die. I'm all for Jin Sakai, okay? If I'm at war and I got to sneak up behind somebody and take them out so I don't die or my people don't die, well, guess what I'm doing? Well, in that case, if you are going to go the Ghost route, get ready for a weather change. Yes, the way you play appears to change the weather. There's going to be a lot more lightning storms and rain. One of the people online were complaining about the fact that he wanted to take a picture of the beautiful environment, but it was just raining for 45 minutes nonstop. Also, what you can do is play your flute and it changes the weather. That's if you're up for it. Just a pro tip here. And well, that's awesome, and I noticed that the weather is getting a little but I'm not going to be fighting everybody head on. I don't care how much equipment, how many sticky bombs, how many poison darts, how many explosive arrows you have. I'm not fighting everybody head on, because sometimes when you go into these forts, it's 20, 30 people. Now, me, I'm going to say, like I say all the time, I absolutely love video games. I never said I was good at them. It's real hard when you got to mow down like 30 guys. And they're chasing you all around, you're trying to counter. It's overwhelming for me. So what I do is I try to pick them off nice and easy, use my bow, shank them from behind, do whatever I gotta do. But it definitely alters the weather, and I do like that aspect, because reviewers said it really wasn't affected in the story, but it is affected in the environment around you, so that's awesome. Now let's get into the real meat and potatoes here, okay? Anthem. Yeah, haven't spoken about that in quite some time, but I will say this, the little bit of time that I played Anthem, I enjoyed. Being able to fly around and the whole suit, the javelin thing, I think it's pretty awesome. But they officially released like, hey, listen, we got some advanced loot drops coming out. Loot drops are happening more often, and they're going to be better. And there's a whole list that they released here, and I'm not just really going to go through it. Respect your time, embrace your choice. Creating a reward loot experience, keeping it accessible and immediate, and I do believe that they're fixing a bunch of other stuff, because we're waiting for Anthem next. I did enjoy Anthem originally, but what happened with my issue was Literally, the server killed me. There were no enemies around. I was just flying around and my shield was going down and then suddenly I died. Nothing shot at me, nothing killed me. That happened to me 3 times, and at that point, with them saying they was gonna fix it, I said, okay, cool. I'm done with Anthem. I'm done with Anthem, and it's just, I don't have to worry about anything. I'll wait until Anthem next. I think Anthem looked good. I think, the environments look good. I just think that the game needs more. So, hey, there's going to be a lot more weapons. There's going to be a lot more loot, period. So I can't wait to see what happens at Anthem next. So they're going to give us some more. Don't release an expansion. Just give us a big world and maybe sprinkle some little microtransactions, because I know it's taking a lot of money to redevelop or make a second 2.0 version of this game. And so I'm actually very curious. I thought Anthem was fun. It's not like it was a bunch of trash game. It's not a very trash game. A lot of people felt like it was lacking in content and lacking other things, but it wasn't a trash game. It felt pretty rushed though, indeed. So here's hoping for Anthem next, and here's hoping for these loot drops. Now, moving on. And once again, The Last of Us. This is what it is, right? People who are just maybe who have issues with Abby being as brolic, as jacked, as muscular as she is. They somehow found her workout schedule inside the game, and basically they're using the workout to disprove that you can't get that jacked within a month or 2 as she is. I don't understand, right? This is a realistic semi-video game, but a lot of people forget that it's still a video game, right? So say Abby didn't even get jacked in a short amount of time. So what? Are people that intimidated? Are people that have that many issues inside that a video game's character being muscular, a female video game character being muscular, bothers them that much? Wow, a lot of maturity there, guys. Because you have issues with it. Abby plays a lot different than Ellie. She has a lot more better weapons than Ellie. Spoilers, of course. But it's just, why is this a big issue? It was fun playing as Abby. It was fun playing as Ellie. I thought it was a phenomenal game. But you people need to get your heads out of your backsides and just stop crying about everything, because you can cry about stuff on the internet. Okay? And a lot of people who are crying, they say, oh, I didn't like this part, I didn't like that part, but they didn't play the game. I was gonna make a spoiler cast, but I never got a chance to get it all together. But I'm gonna say, a lot of y'all who are complaining about the game, that didn't play the game, that didn't take these characters on these journeys, on their respective journeys, and complaining about it ending and complaining about stuff that never happened, you need to just play the game or just shut up. Seriously. Okay? You can have an opinion, you can have a constructive opinion when you've experienced it. Metacritic literally took the user review down for a couple days because they want you to actually play the game. Somebody actually still gave Ghost of Tsushima a 0 because they had to wait, even though they said the game was great. People need to grow up on the internet. Seriously, this is disgusting. So what? She has muscles. It actually played into the character. I thought Abby was awesome. She was choking out infected with her bare hands. It was awesome. It's still a video game, no matter how real you feel it is. It's still a game. And this is a guy who absolutely loves video games on a YouTube channel reporting on video games. Stop taking it so serious. Let's move on. I'm not giving that too much energy. Now, we got some Halo news here. Yes, Halo Master Chief Collection. Okay? It's good in crossplay in 2020 between PC and Xbox, and I'm surprised that it didn't have crossplay all this time, but they still gradually update Halo Master Chief Collection. Seriously, they're still updating it. I remember when it first came out and it looked like crap and it didn't work and the multiplayer didn't work and all of the other stuff. It really didn't work. And then they gave us ODST and Reach. All of that became a part of the Master Chief Collection for free over time. So they continually, and it doesn't say when, but it will happen this year, and it'll be crossplay between Xbox and PC. And I'm ecstatic about that. Just open up the player pool a little bit more. Now, this weekend, the official Halo Twitter tweeted out, Halo is for everyone. We can confirm Halo Infinite's multiplayer will be free to play and will support up to 120 frames per second on Xbox Series X. More details will be shared later. Now, I'm still excited about Halo Infinite's multiplayer. I can't wait to see what it's going to be. If it's going to be Battle Royale, you can keep that to yourselves. I'll play Slayer and be happy with it. I'm an OG Slayer fan, and I can't wait to... 120 frames per second, though. That's insane, okay? Because I think 60 frames per second, what we've only experienced on console, has been pretty smooth, has been pretty awesome, and I've absolutely loved it. But now we're going into the PC spectrum where things are 120 frames per second. I'm not a PC gamer. Shout out to my PC gamers that watch this video. Thank you every day. But if you're a PC gamer and you really think that that could be straight chaos, let me know in the comments below how much fun you think that will be, because I am so down for this. Now let's move on to the next, more Halo news, and well, Halo 3 is getting an update. Yup, game came out 13 years ago and it's still getting an update on the Halo Master Chief Collection. It's getting new gun skins and stuff like that, so I don't really think it's going to be too crazy, but they're still, like I said, updating the Master Chief Collection, and shout out to 343. They're really updating it, and they're really trying to make Halo their own baby, which is why over the weekend they also said that they wanted to go back to the more classic art style of Halo. It's just a completely different art style. You can't really compare it to stuff like The Last of Us. I've seen it online. It's not a fair comparison, but I don't think it looks fantastic, but I think it still looks and plays like Halo, and they're going to continuously update it over time. So here's hoping that Halo Infinite is a phenomenal game and still helps people like me continue to be a huge Halo fan. Now, according to NME.com, it appears that something came up. Base.com put up a description, and it was eventually taken down. A description for Marvel's Avengers on the PS4. It appears that Spider-Man might be exclusive to the PS4 version. Yes, that is crazy, because put it this way, right? Not a lot of people are high up on this game yet, as of yet, but they keep giving us these war tables every month. And there's a beta coming this month, and I do believe after the beta there's going to be another war table this month, but the game is still slated to come out September 4th. Now, I'm not going to get the game right away, but, you know, because one of these games, they want to test out the servers and stress test it. When a lot of people are on, it's going to probably crash the servers and give it some issues. So I'll probably give it a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, to see how the game develops, to hear if people are actually liking the game. But if people actually end up loving this game because they're in love with the comics and the Marvel Cinematic Universe and all of the superheroes and the outfits, if they only put Spider-Man on the PS4 version, I feel like there might be some backlash. Now, PS4 never gets any backlash, right? Now, when something is exclusive to the Nintendo Switch or exclusive to the Xbox, people complain, oh, why isn't it on PS4? Because PS4 is the greatest system and whatever. As soon as something's not on PS4, people complain. But when everything is on PS4, they go, yay, PS4 is elite. Oh, Xbox and Nintendo suck. I've seen it. I've literally seen it happen, right? This, I don't know if this is, I mean, Sony has the rights. I don't know if that's any fun, but hey, this is going to be cool, get more people to get the PS4 version, but it's definitely going to cause some controversy. I will say that. Lads and lads, thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you have a great Monday. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about Spider-Man's exclusivity possibly being on the PS4, Halo Infinite's multiplayer going free to play, and Ghost of Tsushima, the weather being affected by the way you kill and attack your enemies. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and hit the like if you like this. If not, hit the dislike. Please subscribe and scroll up to all so you know when your boy is posting. Go ahead and please share this video to your sister, your auntie, your cousin, your dog, your cat, whoever is possible of watching this video. This video is finito.